Good morning, friends. Once again, welcome to Perspective Academy. Friends, in last lecture, we have discussed about the whole pattern of UPSC and MPSC civil services exams. And from today, we are going to start the demo lectures of each subject. Friends, as we have discussed in last lecture, there are 5 core subjects in our syllabus: history, geography, polity, eco, science. Along with this, we have ethics, and there are few minor components which can be actually covered under these 5-6 subjects. For example, related to polity, we have governance, social justice, foreign relations. Related to geography, we have environment, disaster management. Related to history, we have art and culture. Related to polity, internal security. So these are the different small components which are actually part of our syllabus. So friends, when we are going to study each subject, the basic requirement, the prerequisite is that you should be well aware about the syllabus of that subject. So decoding of the syllabus is very crucial. UPSC as well as MPSC have mentioned the syllabus, but that syllabus is in very short. If you check the mains syllabus, it is main syllabus of geography, it is just in 2 to 3 sentences. But lots of things are hidden behind those 2-3 sentences, which you should know. So decoding of syllabus is the first step of our preparation. So our objective of demo lectures is same. We are going to decode the syllabus. Clear? We are going to decode the syllabus, and this decoding will be started with today's lecture, that is geography lecture. So let us start with decoding of geography. Just a minute. Please copy. Okay, so just listen carefully. You can copy it later on. When we think about geography subject in our UPSC as well as MPSC exams, in GS geography we have two basic components. This is the first one, general geography, and second one is the regional geography. The actual syllabus of geography is this component, which is very crucial. General geography consists of all the basic concepts of geography. It will consist of two parts, physical geography and human geography. Now whatever concepts, this is the conceptual part, whatever concepts we are going to cover in general geography, application of those concepts to some region is known as regional geography. Clear? So regional geography will consist of geography of India, geography of world. For UPSC, these two components. If you are preparing for MPSC, this third component will be there, geography of Maharashtra. Usually students do one mistake. They find that maximum questions asked in mains as well as in prelims are on geography of India, so they start their preparation of geography of India first, but that is a very wrong strategy. Try to understand these three components or these two components, they are the application of basic concepts. So first you need to understand all the basic concepts perfectly. So always start your study with general geography, try to clear your basic concepts very well. Okay, now in this general geography we have these two components, physical geography and human geography. Physical geography is purely scientific part and human geography is purely social science part. Try to understand, geography is such a subject in which we have a semi-scientific nature. In our school as well as in our graduation exams, geography is considered as a humanity subject. मराठीत आपण त्याला समाजशास्त्र असं संबोधतो. But for UPSC and MPSC, geography is not 100% not 100% social science subject. It is semi-scientific subject. Try to understand, there are various subjects which we study. Those subjects can be divided in two categories: pure sciences and social sciences. Social sciences are those subjects where there can be multiple opinions about a certain thing, but in pure sciences we have certain fixed laws, rules which can be proved with the help of experiments. So physics, chemistry, biology, these are the pure sciences. Just like those pure sciences, this branch of geography, physical geography, is pure science related component of geography, part of geography. Whereas human geography is that part of geography which is purely of social science nature. And that's why for our syllabus, geography is a wonderful combination of pure sciences and social sciences, making it a semi-scientific subject. Clear? Now we will proceed. In this physical geography, what is there? Physical geography is termed as core of geography or heart of geography. Core of geography. Which component? Physical geography is termed as core of geography. This is core of geography because this physical geography deals with study of earth. What is geography? Basically geography is study of earth, and that study of earth is conducted in this physical geography. That's why we call physical geography as core or heart of geography. भूगोल विषयाचा गाभा, भूगोल विषयाचं हृदय काय? Physical geography. Why? Try to understand. When we study earth, there are different spheres of earth. Lithosphere, atmosphere, hydrosphere and biosphere. All these four spheres are collectively termed as environment. Try to understand what is lithosphere. Lithos matlab rock, sphere matlab layer. It is the outermost layer of earth, that is the crust of earth. Shilavaran, Shila means rock. In Sanskrit we call rock as Shila. Shilavaran, lithosphere. Atmosphere, layer of air, gaseous envelope present around air is atmosphere. Vatavaran, Vata means Vayu. Hydrosphere, hydros matlab water, layer of water present on the earth's present on the earth's surface. Around 71% surface of earth is covered by water, that constitutes hydrosphere. So first, second and third, these are the three non-living spheres of the planet. And bios matlab life, that is the fourth sphere, that is the living being present in every layer, biosphere. So three non-living, one living, collectively termed as environment. So when we study earth, we are expected to study all these five components: lithosphere, atmosphere, hydrosphere, biosphere and environment. So if you check this syllabus, then geomorphology is going to study lithosphere, then climatology will study atmosphere, then oceanography will study hydrosphere, then environmental geography will study environment. Now this biosphere study is not directly part of our syllabus, GS. It is in optional. In GS, some topics of biosphere are covered in environmental geography and few in geomorphology. So indirectly this component is also present in our syllabus. It is covered in geomorphology and environmental geography. So these are the four parts of physical geography which are important for us in GS geography, and they are going to conduct a thorough study of Earth. Clear? That's why physical geography is termed as core of geography or heart of geography. Okay, now try to understand. When we check the syllabus, then you will find that this component, these three are part of our GS1 paper, and this is part of our GS3 paper. Clear? So this is the division. Now next, human geography. What is this human geography? Basically, human geography is the role of human being in the physical environment. What role human being is playing in the physical environment, that we are going to consider over here. And in that context, we study human population. Under population geography, we study settlement geography, that is settlements of human. Then we study economic geography, which includes study of human economic activities, natural resources, etc. So this is purely social science related part. Okay. Now under these 7 topics, these 4 and these 3, we are going to cover all the concepts of geography. Once we finish these concepts, then we will apply those concepts to these regions. Which region? India, in short for world, and for MPSC, Maharashtra also. So basically, whenever we are going to study regional geography, we will be applying concepts studied over here to this point. Now how we will proceed in our lectures, try to understand. When we will discuss concepts of geomorphology, we will immediately apply them for India, Maharashtra, world. Okay. When we study climatology, those concepts will be applied to these regions. So it will be easy for you people to understand the things. Clear? Now we will go through these 7 topics and their application for this. The first point is geomorphology. So what is this geomorphology? Geomorphology. Geo, earth, morpho, structure, logy, science. So geomorphology is that subject which is going to study earth's structure. Matlab, it is going to study the lithosphere. Now this lithosphere study, this lithosphere is present on the earth's surface in the form of landforms. What are these landforms? These landforms are the lithospheric structures present on earth's surface. Matlab what? These landforms are made up of rock. For example, mountains, plateaus, plains, hills, etc. These are the landforms. So we are going to study landforms in geomorphology. So just check what we will be studying about the landforms. We are going to study only one issue, that is landform development. What is this landform development? Landform development is nothing else but the changes which are occurring in the landforms. Okay, these changes are very slow, gradual, or they can be all of a sudden. For example, whenever we are considering these landforms, what happen? In these landforms, we can see there is origin of landform, there is a stage of maturity, and there is disintegration. So during this cycle, a landform is going to present what? It will present youth stage, mature stage, old stage. Simple example, try to understand. Himalaya mountain is in youth stage. That's why height of Himalaya is gradually increasing. Whereas Aravalli mountain is in old stage. That's why height of Aravalli is continuously decreasing. Clear? So this is the process of changes occurring in landform, which is termed as landform development. Now this landform development is nothing else but the result of two factors. Which factors? It is result of exogenetic forces and endogenetic forces. Clear? So both these forces, exogenetic and endogenetic forces, are going to play a role in landform development. So our study of geomorphology will deal with these two forces. The whole syllabus which we are going to cover is going to be part of what? Endogenetic and exogenetic forces. That's it. Clear? Now how we will apply all these things to India, world, that is in case of regional geography. How we are going to study? What we are going to study? We are going to study these landforms. Important landforms. This important landform study for India or world is known as physiographic structure. We are going to first focus physiographic structure of India, then Maharashtra, and in short about the world. Because physiographic structure or study of landforms for global level, for the world, is important from prelim point of view only. If you have checked UPSC prelims paper of this year, then you will find that they have framed a question about the Andes mountain. Andes mountain is present in which of the following countries? Clear? So this is the question which is related to this. Important for us is what? India and Maharashtra. So what we actually study over here, we will find out which are the physiographic regions in India, in Maharashtra. When we think about India, physiographic regions in India are which one? Himalaya mountain, North Indian plain, Peninsular Plateau, Eastern Western coastal plain, and what? Islands. Clear? So how these landforms are generated, what are their important features, what are their subdivisions, and what is their economic importance, those things will be studied over here. So I will just mention that thing also. Origin, features, subdivisions, economic importance. Okay, so this is what is study of geomorphology. This will be part of general geography. This will be part of regional geography. Clear? Basic concepts, they are going to deal with the role of endo-exogenetic forces in landform development. Once we finish this, then we will study landforms, important landform study, that is termed as physiographic structure. We will study physiographic structure of India, Maharashtra, and in short world. In this study of physiographic structure, we will understand how that landform is originated, matlab how Peninsular Plateau is originated, what are their features, geographical features, what are their subdivisions, and what is their economic importance. So this will constitute the whole study of this topic. Which one? This one. Clear? Geomorphology and its application to this. Then second one is the climatology. What we study in climatology? Climatology is study of various climatic phenomena. Okay, we are going to study various climatic phenomena in climatology. That study starts from two basic concepts: weather and climate. Usually when we listen the news, we come across weather report, weather forecast. So what is the difference between weather and climate? Then we study structure and composition of atmosphere. Okay, then air temperature, air pressure, winds, jet streams, monsoon, air masses, precipitation, cyclones. Now try to understand. Up to this point, these are the properties, structure, composition and properties of air, temperature, pressure. Depending upon these are the climatic phenomena. What are these climatic phenomena? These climatic phenomena are like wind, jet stream, local wind, planetary wind, monsoon, air masses, fronts, precipitation, cyclone. For example, in precipitation, we study how clouds are formed, and from those clouds how we get rainfall, snowfall, hailstorm, etc. Clear? So this is the basic conceptual part of climatology, which we are going to consider as general geography. Okay, now try to understand what will be there in regional geography. In this regional geography, we will study first and the most important, climate of India. Application of these basic concepts about India is the climate of India, and along with that definitely climate of Maharashtra also. We cannot separate climate of Maharashtra from India. Now in this we consider the important features, we consider seasons, we consider monsoon and its theories. This is the most important topic in the whole syllabus, theories of Indian monsoon. Then we consider rainfall in India, कुठे किती पाऊस पडतो, what is the rainfall distribution in India. We study cyclones in India, we study flood, drought in India. So these are the things which we study in regional geography when we apply basic concepts of climatology to India and Maharashtra. Along with this, we will add one more topic, that will be application of these basic concepts to world. So in that, world climatic regions. There are 11 climatic regions in the world. So we will study those 11 climatic regions of the world. Okay, so this is climatology, application of climatology to India, Maharashtra and world. Clear? So this second part is covered. Now we will, this is done, this is done. Now this is oceanography. Now try to understand, when we think about geomorphology, climatology, we cover basic concepts and then we apply them for India, world. But that won't be the case for oceanography. In oceanography, we will just study basic concepts of oceanography and there is no as such application for India, Maharashtra, etc. So for oceanography, we study few features like bottom topography, then temperature and salinity of ocean water, then movements of ocean water, these movements includes waves, tides and currents. Next, marine deposits, then marine resources, this is the most important topic, and United Nations law of sea. So oceanography is actually a very short and sweet topic where we are going to cover these few points. There won't be any application like application for India, so it is going to be general geography only. In ocean bottom topography, we will study the landforms present on the ocean bottom. We study temperature of ocean water, salinity of ocean water. We study movements of ocean water which are in the form of waves, tides, currents. Marine deposit matlab the sediments present on the ocean bottom, and this is from current perspective what? Marine resources. So this marine resources, United Nations law of sea and this temperature of ocean water, these are from current perspective. Last year UPSC mains, they have already framed a question about what? The surface temperature, surface water temperature of ocean and its relationship with the tropical cyclones. Clear? As global warming is occurring, it is causing increase in the temperature of ocean water, which is leading to this particular issue. Okay, great. So we have done with this. Now environmental geography. This topic is, as I have mentioned, it is part of GS 3. Clear? Again same. Environmental geography is also like oceanography, where we don't have any application for region, India, world, etc. In environmental geography, we will study two things. The first is the normal structure and functioning of environment. Normal structure and functioning of environment, and the most important is the environmental degradation. This is very crucial. Most of the questions are related to environmental degradation because this is the major problem right now the whole world is experiencing. But to understand environmental degradation, first you have to clear basic concepts of normal structure and functioning of the environment. Now what we study in environmental degradation, that is quite interesting. Just take a look. There are many points. We will just mention the important one. It includes global warming or greenhouse effect, and global warming. Second, ozone layer depletion. Third, acid rains, then coral bleaching, wetland degradation, then desertification, deforestation, and last but the most important, pollution, which will be of different types. So the most important section will be this. Now while covering this part, what we needs to understand, we just needs to understand what are these things, what we understand by or what we mean by greenhouse effect, how it causes change in climate. Clear? What are the causes, how can we control this phenomena, what are the efforts given at national and international level. Same thing for each of the component. There are many treaties, conventions, laws, various organizations which are formulated, established to solve these problems related to environmental degradation. Clear? So this is what we are going to study in environmental geography. Clear? There won't be anything like application for India, application of Maharashtra. What we are going to consider about India, Maharashtra, world, efforts given by state government of Maharashtra if you are studying MPSC, efforts given by central government, that is India, for solving these problems, and global efforts. That is what can be considered as application. Yeah. So these are the 4 sections which we have understood what it contains. So after covering these 4, switching towards this, which is purely humanities background, that is human geography. In that, population geography. This population geography is nothing else but study of population. When we conduct study of population, again same issue, we are not going to separate what? We are not going to separate the India related part and basic conceptual part. While covering basic concept, immediately we will apply it for India. Now what we usually study in this section? Population growth and its distribution, then demographic attributes, then now these demographic attributes will include birth rate, death rate, sex ratio, longevity, then workforce population, etc. Then we study the most crucial point, migration. This is very important for India. Then we study population problems. We study population policy. And finally we study important concepts related to population or related to society, which includes race, tribe, caste, religion, culture, and language. So these are the topics which we are going to cover in population geography. Okay. आता इथे काय करायचं लक्षात घ्या. When we study population growth, we just needs to understand what is meaning of population growth, what factors affect population growth, and then we will study it for world. What is the world population growth, phases of world population growth, what is the population growth in case of India, same about population distribution, where is the dense population, where is the sparse population, etc., etc. Clear? In demographic attributes, we study the important features of population. Migration is the most important topic for us, because in migration we are trying to study the present problems of India. In India, due to regional imbalance, people are migrating from backward areas to the metro cities, and that is causing multiple problems like problems of urbanization and other things. Okay, now switching to the next. So this is covered. Now related to population is the settlement geography. So what is the settlement geography? Settlement geography consists of two components. First, rural settlement. Second, urban settlement. Clear? Now under this rural settlement we need to understand meaning, types, structure, problems. Same about urban settlement, but regarding urban settlement our study will be more exhaustive, more thorough. In this urban settlement we will understand meaning, types, structure, problems. Along with that, town planning, sustainable urbanization. Then there are few important small concepts related to urban settlements like conurbation, satellite town, suburb, urban sprawl, ghetto, etc., slums. All those small concepts we will cover under here. Now regarding India, this is very crucial, especially in that these few issues. Clear? Because we are experiencing fast urbanization. Always remember one thing, developed countries have maximum population in urban settlements and very few in rural. Underdeveloped economies have maximum population in rural areas and least population in urban areas. But developing, that is our condition, is a transition phase where rural population will keep on decreasing and urban population will keep on increasing. So there will be fast urbanization in case of developing economies like India. And in many cases, rather in most of the cases, this fast urbanization is unplanned, which is creating lots of problems of urbanization. And that's why we have to solve those problems. Clear? Our policies will be directed to solve those problems. Okay, next. Now the last section, this one, economic geography. This is the vast section of whole syllabus. In this section you are supposed to study two components. Which are those two components? Natural resources, soil, water, forest, biotic, mineral and energy. Second component which we study is the human economic activities. In this human economic activities, important one will be agriculture, industry, and then service sector. Okay, now why this section is very vast? Because try to understand, in this section we have to, this is purely factual, nothing conceptual is there, but try to understand one important strategy. If you analyze the question papers of UPSC mains for last 10 years, then you will find that there are consistently questions framed on natural resources, but you will find one trend in those questions. What is the trend? UPSC is framing questions on those topics, on those resources which are very crucial for India, or India is experiencing problems regarding those resources. So those are the energy resources. We are facing problem about energy resources, water resource, we are facing problem for mineral resource, and then soil. So topmost priority is in this way, and then last is. So in last 10 years you will find maximum questions on water resources, on energy resources. Clear? So when we are going to study resources, we should have this particular point of view. The second part of economic geography is the human economic activities. In human economic activity, actually we are going to study meaning of human economic activities, evolution of human economic activities, and then types of human economic activities. If you check the types, then we have primary economic activity, secondary economic activity, tertiary, and from tertiary quaternary, quinary are originated. Primary economic activities will include what? 6 examples: hunting and food gathering, agriculture, animal husbandry, fishing, lumbering, and mining. These 6 are the examples of primary economic activity. Amongst these 6, the most important for India is agriculture. Now when we start study of agriculture about India, what we study? We focus on different components like important features of Indian agriculture, problems of Indian agriculture, types of agriculture, green revolution, white revolution, blue revolution, aquaculture, apiculture, sericulture, and then dry farming. These are few crucial topics related to study of Indian agriculture. Along with this, we have to correlate the important schemes, programs, policies which are implemented by state government and central government. Same way for industry, Indian industrial sector is fast growing, but yet they are suffering from multiple problems. So what are those problems that we need to understand, we need to know? Indian industrial sector, its evolution. What was the condition before independence? What was the condition from 1947 to 1991, and what change occurred due to implementation of globalization, that is from 1991 onwards? At present, what are the problems of Indian industries, etc. Service sector, again same. After implementation of globalization, we find that Indian service sector is fast growing, and this fast growth of Indian service sector is able to provide us lots of foreign currency because many services are exported. So how this Indian service sector evolved, that part we will try to understand over here. Along with this, we will add few more things which are actually not part of human economic activities, but they are the necessary infrastructure. Clear? That is the necessary infrastructure required for human economic activities. That includes the transport and communication. Transport will include road, rail, waterway, airway, and pipelines, and the modern communication technology. So along with these 3 economic activities, we need to consider transport, communication, infrastructure also. Now over here basic static part is required. What are the roadways, what are the railways, what is the importance of railways, what are the drawbacks of railways, but the most important is what? The present schemes and programs of Indian government. For example, in India we are implementing one of the most important ambitious major project of Indian Railways, that is dedicated freight corridor project. Means we are developing separate railway lines for the goods trains, so that our goods transport will be very fast. From the interiors of the country we will able to transport the goods in minimum time up to the ports, so that our exports can be very easy and fast. So with this project, dedicated freight corridor project, we are going to connect all four corners of India. Starting from Amritsar, we are going to connect JNPT, RAJYASEVA port. We are going to connect Kolkata Haldia, and from JNPT Kolkata Haldia we will connect to Chennai. Just like that golden quadrilateral of roadways, we are going to develop this link on which only goods trains or trains carrying freight will travel. Clear? So such multiple programs are there. For airways, we have developed MIHAN, Multimodal International Cargo Hub and Airport at Nagpur, and many such projects. Clear? So everywhere we needs to understand one thing. We are going to focus on government schemes programs. First we have to cover static part, then current related part. Whatever I mentioned in last lecture, where we discussed about general strategy of UPSC, MPSC exams, in that I have already mentioned we are going to study at two levels. First is what? We are going to cover the static conceptual part. Second is what? We are going to cover the current oriented part. So same thing will be over here. So these are the 7 components which we are going to cover in syllabus of geography. I will just mark them. This is the first one, geomorphology and its application. Then this is the second one, climatology and its application. This is the third one, oceanography. This is the fourth one, environmental geography. This is the fifth one, population geography. This is the sixth one, settlement geography. And this is the seventh one, economic geography. Clear? Now, what is the study material for these subjects, these parts of geography? So right now we will focus on the basic reading, that is NCERT 6th to 12th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, 5 books, 11th 2 books, 12th 2 books. So total there will be 9 books. Okay. After that one more source is there, certificate in physical and human geography. This is written by G.C. Leong. Okay. Right now just focus on these two sources. Textbook, appropriate textbook is not actually available right now in market. I am writing a book in English on GS geography, so it will be available in next 2 to 3 months. So after that you can cover from that. Along with this I am going to provide you notes, so that will be more than sufficient. Plus in addition to this, what you have to study? Current events, that will be from newspapers and magazines. One more thing which you have to purchase, and that is actually for the map points. Purchase atlas of any publication plus geography through maps. This book is written by K. Siddharth. Okay. That's it. So try to understand the final point. Geography is very crucial subject in our exams because it is highly dynamic. It is going to have constant current perspective. For example, climatology regarding the climate change and its effects. For environment, all the forms of environmental degradation. For population, all the problems arising due to the huge population, or we can say overpopulated conditions. In settlement geography, problems related to urbanization. We are experiencing fast unplanned urbanization, that's why there are multiple problems. Then the next thing is in economic geography, crucial resources like energy resource, water resource, mineral resources, they are from current perspective. Along with that, all the human economic activities, especially industry and agriculture, and to some extent service sector also. So these three economic activities, they are also from current perspective. So all these things we needs to cover. First, try to cover the basic conceptual part, which we are going to cover very well in our lectures, and then we will apply it for the current events. Clear? Hope you understand. So if you have any doubt about this, please mention in the chat box. No doubt. No, we don't have any such model answers book available in market. And second thing is that we should not rely on such model answers, because try to understand, we have to develop our own skill of answer writing. So when we will start our lectures, I will give you few questions on almost every topic. Initially I will provide you simple questions, so try to write answers to those questions. Slowly, steadily you will develop that skill. Okay. You should not rely on others' answers as model answers, rather you should develop your answers as model answers for others. Clear? Okay, okay. So we will stop over here for today. For integrated batch, tomorrow you will have demo lecture of Bharat Khatal sir. He will decode the syllabus of history and history optional. And for GS geography module batch, we will continue our topics of geography. Okay? थांबूयात आपण. Thank you and goodbye. उद्या 11 वाजता लेक्चर होईल.